Hey YouTube, welcome back to the farm. Dina, tell them what we're doing.
We're parting chickens for canning today. So we're going to pressure cook chicken and in quart jars. And so, but to do that, we have to part the chicken. So these are the chickens that we processed last year, and we froze them whole, and thinking that we would do that to use the heat from canning the chickens to warm our house in the winter. So we processed 30 for us.
We did
50, didn't we?
we did 50.
We split them.
Processed 25 for us.
We split them, and so we had 25 or 30 in our freezer.
Yep.
And then, so today we're doing 7. We did 7. We're parting 6. 1 is in the crock pot.
We're canning
6.
We're canning 4.
Oh, 4?
4.
Well, I've already got 1 done, so I'm good.
So we're canning 4. I set 2 extra chickens out. I'm going to debone and make chicken sausage, but that's a different video. So anyway, go ahead, Dina.
I'm done. I'm ready to work.
So she said last year being the summer of 2022, today is already 2023, but it's the same winter following us processing them. So what we're going to do is just see how we're cutting them apart here, if you want to see. I'm going to video and let Dina
Do the work.
do one in front of the camera. Do you want to talk about what you're doing?
Well, I cut.
Hang
First
on.
thing.
Okay. Now maybe you can talk them through what you're
Okay,
doing.
so no judgment here because I'm not the best chicken processor, but I get the job done and it doesn't cost me anything to do it. So this is the drumstick and the thigh. Drumstick and the thigh. Now cut off at the joint. Now just pull the leg away from the body, and then I just take this knife and go down beside the breast, and you can see in that cavity. And we're going to pull the skin off of these, so it really doesn't matter how the skin does. But then you'll cut it alongside this down in here, and then here. And that's going to be you feel the bones with your knife. So you'll go on the outside of that bone, just kind of shave it alongside there, and then you'll see that it'll just pop out of the socket. And then you just use your knife to I'll just come in from the back side and slice it, and then pop it out and cut it off, just like that. Okay, and then here we're left with the breast. Of course, you have the neck and then the backbone. That though will turn into broth. So what you do here is you just kind of slice it along to get through your skin. Might need to turn our washing machine off here in a minute. Sounds like it's winding down. Sorry for the background noise. Okay, so you can see the crack in the breast. You're just gonna start slicing it there. Get down in there. And there's a cartilage in there. So then you'll just feel the cartilage, your knife. You just let your knife do the work. And you'll just kind of pull it apart with your fingertips. There it is. These are still froze, so we'll probably just process them off the bone today and then put them back in the fridge and then can them up tomorrow. I'm gonna pull his skin off because I'm not saving it. I might throw it in my broth bucket for tomorrow, you know, but so then I just take my knife and I'm gonna cut along this bone down here. These are nice, thick chicken breasts. Actually, this one's split in two. There's the bottom one. There you go. That's, of course, the backside don't look too good, but that's.
Those are bigger than Walmart chicken breast.
Yeah. That's, and then when I go to, I'll go ahead and finish doing this, the rest of this chicken, and then I'll show you how I cut up my chicken. And I'm gonna put these in individual gallon Ziploc bags. That way then I can keep my chicken separate, because I chunk those up into pieces. And I wanna kind of keep like half of a bird to a jar. Yeah, I got a little bit of that cartilage on that, but I think it'll be okay. So there's that second breast. Now this is what I had left over on that chicken. Like I said, it's the neck and just the backbone and just whatever's left in there, but that'll make great broth. So I'll just put that back in this bucket. And then, Jack, if you'll get me another Ziploc bag, and I'm going to remove the skin from these legs and thighs. And I have a sink of bleach water over in the sink, just to rinse stuff to keep germs down. I don't want any risk for salmonella or anything like that. And come on. This is the hardest part about cleaning this chicken, is
pulling the leg
getting
skin.
the leg skin off. It doesn't want to give. So, and it doesn't look pretty, but it's okay. So then what I do is I take my knife and I'm just gonna kind of cut around and separate the thigh from this drum. You can feel that leg joint in there. That's where you want to kind of get it going, and it'll just pop. And then you cut it off. There's your drumstick and your thigh. And of course, you're leaving your bone in these two pieces of meat. And then I just cut the breast in like maybe 4 chunks per each breast. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's going to cook inside your jar when you're canning it, and it produces its own broth. It's wonderful. I will tell you they don't look pretty. In fact, the first time we did canned chicken meat like this, I told Jack, I said I didn't know if I was going to be able to eat it. It looked pretty raunchy because the blood in your bones turn black and the bones stick out, especially your leg bones. And of course they're poking out the top of your jar. You know, that's what you see is the tip of this bone, and it's black. It looks really haunty. But I cracked open that jar, and as soon as I did, my mouth just started salivating, and I grabbed a piece of it, and it was so good. And I said, yep, I can eat it. I can eat it. But it makes the best chicken salad for sandwiches. It's just wonderful. Okay, there's my other drumstick and my other thigh. And of course you want to try to keep down on the fat. That's why you want to take the skin off.
They're good fat birds, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're really good. We did good on our birds. In fact, we're probably going to start looking and ordering us some birds to grow this spring, and so that we can fill our pantry again next year.
Probably April-ish, we'll be looking in the bird market.
Okay, you can clean that bag up and freeze it, put it in the freezer. I'm gonna wipe my bag down now.
Icebox?
Yeah, I'm sorry, icebox. You can't still see ice on this bird. Now we save the wings and we leave the, we bag the wings separate, and I do leave the skin on those. And I just kind of, whenever, this is when I do my fine detail work on cleaning my bird. Because to me, this is the stage before I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, and I want to make sure that it's good. And so I'll go through my wings, because we do our wings in the air fryer. And so you want to make sure that all your feathers are out and all the pins are pulled. I get my tweezers and work on them. But really, on the wings, that's the only thing I really worry about that, because on the other, I'm pulling the skin off. So that's really not going to matter too much. So that one looks good. And so I'm gonna we'll have to do a video on our chicken wings in the air fryer. See, and it's simple as that. Just really quick. Just make one cut and go around. I think out of all the animals that we've raised, I think the chickens are my favorite as far as meat animal, because you can produce so much meat in such a short amount of time, and they're not big. So like, and I just like chicken. I like beef too, don't get me wrong. I like a good steak, but I like chicken, and catching a chicken don't stress me out as much as trying to catch a cow. I'm telling you, if you've never tested your marriage catching cattle, you can test it. our weather here today is really nice. It's kind of strange how we said we wanted to keep these and do them when our weather was cool. Well, we are in January, but our weather, oh, it's crazy.
70 outside.
You never know about Oklahoma weather. You can't trust it.
Deanna's not doing all the work. I'm off camera cutting up another chicken.
And I'm thankful he's helping. We saw some of our friends today that live out of state, and they were like, oh, we might want to do some chickens next year when y'all butcher. I don't know if the wife was serious about it, but I think he might be serious about it.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's great. And you know, I think it's things like that traits like that you need to know how to.
You need to know how to do a few things.
Yeah, you do.
Our world is changing.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, my grandmother is gone. She's with the Lord now. She could do some of the best fried chicken in a cast iron skillet. I cannot fry chicken without burning it. But I do use my Ninja Foodie to cook chicken. I use my crock pot to cook chicken. But as far as doing fried chicken the old-fashioned way on the bone, you won't get it in my household because it's burnt to a crisp. And I set the smoke detector off. And in fact, I bet if you ask my kids, they would probably tell you that they've never eaten it in their house because I could never get the art down. I guess that's one of those things you gotta do on low and slow, because I always tried to do it on high and fast. But that's one of them things I wish I'd have spent more time with her in the kitchen or with my mom. My mom's still living, so maybe I should have her teach me how. But I don't know that she even does fried chicken on the bone anymore if it doesn't come like in the freezer section of Sam's or something, you know. She does a lot in her air fryer too. And in the oven. My mom's been a really good cook.
Oh yeah.
All my life.
Deanna's tougher than I am because I can't hardly stand to touch that frozen chicken.
No, it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, I got frostbite on my left thumb.
I like my kitchen water hot, and he doesn't like it hot as I like it. And I don't know, I can do hot better than I can do cold. Okay, now I'm gonna skin these. We're down to 2 birds. If you live in our area and you're interested in processing chickens, you might holler at us because
We'll do a workshop.
we could do a workshop, and we have all the equipment, and I'm telling you, the more the merrier. When it comes down to it, the more people you have helping, the faster your day can go. And I'm telling you, this chicken beats anything you'd get off the shelf at your local grocery store or your box store. These chickens will compare to what you'd get at Whole Foods in Oklahoma City or Edmond. And
quality and taste, size.
So good. Yep, so good. Now we have these aren't your average birds either though, like our barnyard not really our barn, they're not barnyard mix. We have a certain flock too in the yard. They're not barnyards though. We have Delawares and Rhode Island Red. Chocolate Orpington. That one's a lavender Orpington, isn't it?
Yep.
And
Buff Orpington.
And a Buff Orpington. And then there's that one other bird, and I don't know.
A well summer.
That bird's really pretty and very jolly, and like seems to be I don't know if y'all think I'm funny when I say that bird seems happy, but
the bird is happy.
It just seems happy. But we need to get us some more layers. That's what I'm trying to say. These birds weren't layers. These birds were meant to be broilers. And so their lifespan's just 8 weeks. I mean, they get to this size in 8 weeks. And so it's not a chicken that you want to breed. You just want to grow it and butcher it. We didn't know that when we first got married. We bought them and
100 of them.
They all died. Like, we'd go out in their coop and they couldn't walk. They got so big they could not walk. And I think though, if you want to really save money on your grocery bill, learn how to butcher a chicken, because you can buy a whole chicken a whole lot less than you can buy one that's already cut up. And if you mess it up. You can still use.
It still eats.
You can, it'll still eat, and you can still use the part that you cut off of, like what I was showing you earlier, and you can make edible stuff out of that too. It's still good. You might think you messed up, but you know what? If you don't try, you never learn. And I'll guarantee you, the people that know, the chefs that do it, they had to start somewhere. And a lot of people are grossed out by doing stuff like that. But you know what? You dig in it, you do it. You do it because you're providing for your family, and then it's not that bad. I hope you guys all had a safe and happy new year, celebrating the coming in of the new year. We didn't do much, nothing. Went to bed early.
I figured the new year would be waiting on me when I woke up.
Yeah. Why lose any sleep over it? We've been young before. Time's not going back on us, I'll tell you. So there's our wings. That'll make a good serving for during the week. All right, so now we're going to get our chicken on the bone, and we're going to get it in the cans and process it in the pressure cooker. So to do that, I'm gonna raw pack it, and then I'm going to bring everything up to heat. So I have 2 inches of water in my pressure cooker, and it is warm but not hot, not cold. Okay, and then I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of salt in the bottom of each of my wide mouth quart jars. Okay, and each jar will hold 1/2 of a chicken. Leg. 5. 1, 2.
That was 3.
3. I'll be back once I get through filling the rest of those jars. You don't want to heavy pack this either, just kind of lightly place it in there. But you want like a head of 1 inch of head space. So now I'm just going to put my flats on there, oh no, I've got to clean with my vinegar
Yes.
before I do that, because you want to do this, because if you do not, it could cause your jars not to seal, and it's just white vinegar. And I'm just going to go around the rim 2 or 3 times each jar. It cuts your grease and removes maybe any ground grits that you've got on there. And if you get a little extra in there, it gets in your food, it's not going to hurt you. It's just vinegar. And I'm placing my flats. I couldn't find my magnet, it fell out. Okay. So I'm gonna finger tighten our ring and put it in here. Like I said, this is cool water. We're gonna bring it up to a boil. Because we're cold packing. Now this chicken is going to create its own broth in here. And I don't know if I've told y'all this story, I don't remember. But the first time we did this, I told Jack, I didn't know if I could eat it or not. Because the bones turn black and they're not very attractive. But I opened one jar and smelt it. It was fabulous. It's delicious. Okay, got all 7 of my jars in there. And I'm going to turn that burner off, turn this burner on. And I'll leave that there because I'll need it. Okay. Get baby going. I'm going to watch for steam to come out of this little weep hole, and whenever it comes out for 10 minutes, then I'm going to put my rocker on there, and then I'll start timing.
All right, our 10-minute timer for having steam coming out of this has gone off. So we just need to put the 15-pound weight on there, and we'll let it come to pressure, and then we can set our time for how long it needs to pressure can.
I'm up to heat, so we're going to go 75 minutes. With that right there, and then we'll be back. Okay, so these are down. It shows to still have a little bit of pressure, but I believe it's fine. It smells so good. Now, if you'll remember, that was just raw packed chicken. And look at the broth in that chicken now. Yum, yum. Okay. There we go. 7 quarts of cooked chicken that will be ready for chicken salad, chicken quesadillas,
Chicken on the floor.
just chicken, yeah, just chicken. My handsome husband, y'all. I love him so much. Anyway, we just thank you guys for hanging out with us today. And we're going to close this video out. And we will see you on the next one. Go out and be a blessing.
God bless.
Yes. Bye.